Hello, Mrs. Buzzvine. Hello, Year 5. It's Mrs. Stain here. Today's art lesson is about the joy of creating and keeping a sketchbook. And I know some of you have already got sketchbooks from when we used to draw at break time, but I'd like to encourage everybody to see if they could find a notebook around the house, decorate it, and start sketching so that we can build our confidence in our doodling and our drawing skills, and to make a visual recording of the world and of things that we notice around us. I found an old notebook here, and I used a breakfast cereal box to make a cardboard cover so that when I go outside to draw, I've got a firm base to press on. It doesn't have to be a new book, just have a look and see what you've got around the house. Sketching is so good for our powers of observation. It really teaches us to look and see with great detail, and it builds our confidence in our drawing skills. And as we develop our confidence, we become quicker and more accurate with our drawing. Your first exercise for your sketchbook could be a page of doodling. So the building blocks of sketching are doodles, shapes, squiggles, spirals. Just have a go, and it loosens up your hand muscles, and even doing these little squiggles, you'll find that you're developing certain skills. When you start sketching, it's easier to work from a two-dimensional image, and a wonderful exercise is to take a magazine, choose a lovely picture, and really see the shapes. Here I can see a triangle in the girl's dress, and I can see that her face has got a roundish shape, and her hat forms a triangle, and her legs form little elongated rectangles. And just finding the shapes and the angles that they are lying in will help you see what you need to sketch. So start first from copying from a picture and then move to copying from life. Once you've identified the shapes, you move to your sketchbook, and it's great fun. You put in the big shapes first, like the big triangle, and then the small triangle and the rectangles. And you can draw absolutely anything if you can just start identifying the basic shapes that make up a picture. Afterwards, you can add the details, and you can add the color and the lights and the darks, and you'll end up with a very professional looking drawing. And remember, sketchbooks are for doodling and for finding your way around the picture. It doesn't have to be perfect. And in art, we very seldom want our art to look like a photograph. We want it to be our interpretation of what we see. In this sketch, I'm using a black pen just because it shows up well in the video, but I recommend you use your pencils. But please resist the urge to rub out as you go. Just draw over your mistakes, and in that way you'll learn. In this sketch, I'm going to be drawing from life. That means I've got the actual leaves in front of me, and my eye jumps from the leaves to my sketchbook page. But remember to do the looking first. Here I thought they were triangular clumps of leaves, and then as I went on I thought, no, it's more of an oval clump of leaves. But I first drew the triangles, and then I just corrected myself as I went. I didn't need to rub anything out. I just sketched straight over my first attempt. I also like noticing the V shape of the branches and how the leaves all overlapped with each other. And if I was to carry on and do more detail and color this in, I would notice the lights and the darks and how there are different shades of green and yellow. part of the fun of having a sketchbook is to do lots of notes to yourself and labeling of your drawings, because this helps us to learn if we revisit old drawings, and we can write what we've learned about the drawing, or we can write what it is. Here I've written Fynbos and the date. Here's some photographs of some beautiful spring flowers to inspire you, some snowdrops and crocuses, and Mrs. Buzzvine sent me a beautiful photograph of daffodil buds about to bloom. So I'm hoping that next time we see each other, you'll have a sketchbook with some doodles and scribbles and maybe even the first sketches of spring flowers.